I'm going to attempt my very first 75 hard, but it's probably not in the way that you're thinking of. But think 75 hard, but for YouTube. This is probably the biggest challenge I'm ever putting myself through because anytime I've tried to attempt doing 30 days something or 15 days or 7 days of whatever full of content tips, I have not been able to follow through. But I recently found a channel, Frankie too. This is her second channel, and she put out a very interesting video talking about doing a 75 hard, but for YouTube. And Frankie goes into this video and she just talks about like how people are so tired of the hyper edited style like of Mr. Beast, and people are more drawn to, at least what we're seeing the shift of in content, of more genuine conversations, of just simple editing, talking to the camera. And to be honest, as a creator myself, like I do video editing all the time, and someone who consumes content as well, I'm feeling that way too. It's like there's a lot of this. I will say that like the hyper edited stuff does have its place, but there's this different feel when you are actually sitting down and slowing down in what you're consuming and what you're hearing, and both visually and audibly. And it's so cool to see because then you get to really build a deeper connection with the creator that you're watching. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Alamar, and I actually do have another channel. I'll probably put something up here. My main channel is about content creation, how to really simplify your content creation process. It's also about tech. So I do a lot of tech reviews and unboxings, stuff like that. And also a little bit of like lifestyle. I want to throw some of that in there too, like vlogging. And so that's what my channel is about. And I started that about a couple months ago. And I think it's growing pretty steadily. It's still a new channel. And I've gotten a few brand collaborations just from 4 videos that I posted. And I'm super proud of that because I was on Instagram for about a year and I got nothing. So very stark difference. I created probably 150 pieces of content on Instagram, and then just a couple of months of work of YouTube already, there's been an upside. But yeah, the 75 hard, what is this? I do want to say there's going to be some intention about the videos that I want to create personally. I still want to talk about things that are of value, things that I love, just anything and everything that is about me, because I feel like my main channel is hyper curated towards the fancy editing, cinematic style. Like I love that. I love creating that style of content. But there's a part of me that just yearns to really show more of my true self, of who I am. And I'm finding it hard to really add my level of personality and my own voice. Like I'm trying to get rid of the YouTube voice. There's this thing that people talk about. It's like the YouTube voice that you just put on. And I'm trying to get more of my actual voice of like how I actually talk to, if I were to talk to you as if you are, my best friend that is on the other side of this camera. I'm behind the lens, right? And I'm really working on that. And so that's the intention of this 75 hard, of what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to achieve. And I hope that there's people that will connect with me on that level. There's going to be other things I'm talking about. Like I love anime. I just say it has shaped my life from when I was a very young kid. Like when I was first introduced to anime, it was just like a new world had opened up for me. My cousins introduced me into it, and it was just like this medium that I never knew that existed. And it just set me on a trajectory of just loving, Japanese culture, animation itself, and just like loving those stories that they create and how much I learn from them as well. So there's stuff like that. I have other hobbies, like I collect Pokemon cards. I'm a huge like geek and nerd. I play a lot of games, mainly Valorant. I just, stuff like that. But I also love making videos. I love making, short films. I love doing that stuff. But I was, trapped by imposter syndrome for like 10 years until I finally got over it last year. Well, not fully, but like I'm working on it. And that's like, this is why I want to do this. This is why I'm trying to do this 75 hard. I'm trying to really also just get over the mindset of myself where it's like I'm overcomplicating the process. This is supposed to be just, easy, very minimal edits, just record, talk, upload. I'm trying so hard not to hyper overanalyze the process of this, because if I do that, then I just don't think it'll be sustainable, right? And maybe that's something that you feel too, that you're trying to get through as well. But yeah, and sort of the rules that I'm trying to put, like guardrails and parameters that I'm putting for myself, is one long form a day. If it's not a long form, at least put up a short. But I really want to try to do this over the next 75 days, post a long form. And it seems very daunting, but if I could just not get in my own head, and again, when I'm going through the edit, just try to keep the edits minimal and very straightforward, then I think I can do this. There's this exciting thing about YouTube where if you're consistent, you can really make something of yourself. And I feel like nowadays the algorithm, as Frankie has talked about in her video, it's favoring consistency, right? And if this is another way for me to be consistent, then why not do it? And if this can actually grow into something bigger than it is than myself, that'd be so cool to see. What if what if this channel or this video that I'm making right now, maybe I'm making another channel for it specifically. What if that gets bigger than my main channel, right? And it's just like, I can only imagine what that can be. Frankie says in the video, she has a quote where it's like, what if it doesn't happen? But what if it does? And I think about that constantly. My whole dream for YouTube is, what if I could make content full time every single day, talking about the things I love, making videos about the things I love, doing it on my own time and doing it when I want to do it, right? And it's like, what if it gives me that freedom? What if? But I would never be able to get to that point if I don't start now. So that is one thing that I want to leave with you, one piece of encouragement I want to give to you, but I hope that resonates with you. So yeah, this is where I'm at. 75 hard. So I'm excited for the journey, and I'm still going to be posting on my main channel. I have lots of video ideas for that, and I just wanted to have something that is kind of supplementary, but also fulfilling a creative part of my brain and my self-desire that I'm not fulfilling in my main channel, because my main channel feels like it's very curated, and I want this to be very candid. So yeah, if you are watching this and you want to do this as well, let me know in the comments down below. Would love to hear what you want to talk about and the things that you love. And maybe there's the things that we both love together that we can geek out about in the comments down below. So yeah, this is it. Let's do this. Stay blessed, cousin. Cheers.